Hey guys, welcome to our fish room update.
So originally we were going to plumb the 300s in this update and maybe even get some water into them, but fortunately Richard saved us.
Yes. So that's on the back burner for the moment. We got a really cool package from our friend Richard Beck. The guys in customer service actually came up to you and thought that he sent you what?
Yeah, so this arrived on my desk, and one of the customer service techs took a very brief look in it, and what he said was, somebody sent you a whole bunch of peppers. And I was like, peppers? Who would send me peppers? Yeah. So I looked inside, and
they do kind of look like peppers.
They do kind of look like peppers. But no, mangroves.
Yes.
Are actually propagules for mangroves. So this morning, I spent my time reading up on mangroves because I figured we'd try to do this the correct way based on the massive amount of information on the internet, rather than go ahead with what I think I know about mangroves, which may or may not be correct. But what I found out was that there's actually 4 different species of mangroves in Florida. There is the red mangrove, the black mangrove, the white mangrove, and the buttonwood. Which do you think these are?
I know that they're red.
And I did not. So the way that I looked it up, or the way that's very easy to tell, is actually by the size of the propagule. So a red mango has by far the largest. They're typically somewhere between 10 and 15 centimeters. And that differentiates them from the other ones because the other ones are much smaller. You can tell if you look at it that this is going to be the end that has the leaves on it with this little green spike. And this dark heavy end, which is what actually keeps it floating in the water the correct way up, is where the roots will come from. So one of the other great things about the red mangrove that I discovered is that they are actually the easiest of the different species.
Thank you, Richard.
We appreciate that the most. But what makes them the easiest is that they will survive in both fresh salt water, as will most, and brackish, but that they actually don't need a period where they're out of water before they germinate, put down roots, and start growing. So that makes them very forgiving in terms of how you plant them. It is recommended that if you get one of these, and if you do, make sure you pick it up off the ground, not pick it from the tree, because when they are ready is when they drop. And mangroves are like mammals in that
they have live offspring. So it's called viparous, our word of the day here at EcoTech. Yes.
And what that means is this is actually the whole plant. So it's not actually a seed pod, it is the plant itself. Right. So if you pick these up, make sure you get them from the ground because that means it's ready to start growing. If you pick it from the tree, it might not be ready yet.
All right, now that we have had our biology lesson, we ran through the building this morning and found some good stuff, including this WaterBox Clear 10 that we were not using. We got a Radion XR15 freshwater because, you know, they're plants. They're going to want really bright, warm light. Also grabbed an RMS. But then do you want to talk a little bit about the sediment choices that we made? So, you know, one of the ways to do it is kind of like potting. So we got rock for the bottom.
Yeah, we salvaged a bunch of substrates from other systems we had, right? So we found some river rock, which we're going to put at the bottom, that allows the mangroves to root. And then we are going to overlay the top of that with some Planet Tank substrate and some Carib Sea sand so that they basically have more media to grow into. So after we put the river rock in, we have a mixture now of Planet Tank substrate and sand. It actually is recommended by people who grow a lot of mangroves that you use potting soil, but that will actually create more of a mud. So to keep our environment a little cleaner, we're going to try this Planet Tank substrate and see how it goes. We may end up having to fertilize, or so I've read, as a result of that, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
So once we put those 3 different layers in, we are going to put the propagates in and then add some water. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do this. I'm excited. And there you have it. We're all done. So here's our setup. We've got the freshwater radion up and running. We're running planted sunrise, which mirrors the sun throughout the day with a sunrise and sunset. Obviously, the freshwater has a spectrum which terrestrial and aquatic plants crave or need. And now we just have to be patient.
Yes, patience is what we need, definitely. So thank you again to Richard Beck for sending us these. And if you guys have any tips, if you grow mangroves, let us know. Maybe we'll put them into works here. But thank you for watching our fish room update this week.
Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. We'll keep you updated on this tank and our other tanks as we go along, as well as we will be plumbing the 300s probably later today. So that'll be in the next update. So thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.